Good morning and Good Friday to all of you. I want you to imagine for a moment that your phone rings and it's an officer from your bank. And they say, "We just wanted to let you know that we're on your side, and because of the stress on your family and all this financial upheaval because of the virus, that your mortgage has been forgiven." Well, you would start screaming and hollering, "The mortgage is forgiven, the mortgage is forgiven." And then you realize they're on the phone going, "Wait, wait, wait." So you put the phone up to your ear and you hear them say, "Wait, you didn't let me finish. Your mortgage is forgiven as soon as you make that last payment." Well, you would not consider that mortgage forgiven, and I think you would probably give them a piece of your mind and let them know it wasn't a forgiven mortgage. Or imagine that you had received a hefty fine and jail sentence for breaking some law. So you appear before the judge, and the judge says, "Your debt is forgiven." And you start dancing around and woohoo in the courtroom, and the judge starts banging his desk with the gavel and saying, "Wait, you didn't let me finish. Your debt is forgiven as soon as you pay that fine and serve your sentence." Well, you would not consider that a forgiven debt, now would you? And that's what I mean by saying that God didn't just wave off our sins and forgive our sins, even though we say our sins are forgiven, and that is biblical. Our sins are washed away, and that is biblical. But it had to be paid for, and it had to be paid for in the right way. That is where the exchange came in. Jesus exchanged what he had for what we didn't. He exchanged who he was for what we did. We couldn't pay for our own sins. If we would have paid with our blood and our death in our sinful condition, we would have gone to hell and had no chance of being redeemed. We would have been separated from God forever. And that was completely unacceptable to God. He could not be separated from us. So the plan to make the exchange was made. Jesus exchanged his sinlessness for our sinfulness. He paid the price for our sin because we couldn't. He took the stripes for our mental and emotional and spiritual wholeness because we couldn't get that on our own. He did it, and he did it in the right way, or God would have broken his own law that says atonement for sin must be made by the shedding of blood, and the wages of sin is death. So he did it the right way because we could not. So as we go through the rest of this day, remembering that our sins are forgiven, let's also remember that they weren't just waved off. God didn't just say, "Oh, I just love you so much, I'm just forgiving them all." He said the price must be paid. The law must be fulfilled. So Jesus gave everything he was for everything we weren't. And everything that happened to him, everything that he did, was because we couldn't do it on our own to pay for our own sins. So let's keep this in mind as we go throughout today and throughout this Easter weekend, that it was an exchange. It was a swap. It was a quid pro quo. It was a this for that. Everything Jesus was for everything we did. Thank you so much, and I look so forward to the time when we can see each other face to face, and I can give you a big hug, and we can just be all together again the way the Lord had intended. So have a wonderful Easter weekend, and I'll see you soon.